Taking a moment to look around the blockchain space, the quote, "great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people," perfectly describes the kind of discourse we've become accustomed to amongst blockchain communities. Collectively, we could all make an effort to improve this, applying greater focus on ideas and solutions, rather than complaining about people, speed, progress, and delivery. Whilst we can criticise the founders and developers of projects, without the ideas of these great minds and innovation that comes thereafter, none of what blockchain promises would be possible. It's the ideas of great minds that holds the utmost importance. These very ideas are the enabler of a greater return on investment than any amount of capital could ever achieve. Looking at the Cardano ecosystem, everything from its founder, team at IOG, Emurgo, Cardano Foundation, the peer-reviewed science behind the tech, and tireless effort from the developer community as a whole, Cardano's ultimate weapon is the great minds that are devoted to the cause. And one thing's for sure when it comes to great minds, Cardano has them in abundance. Welcome back for today's instalment of Cardano Insights, delivering a fast-paced, bite-sized roundup of the all-important Cardano news and ecosystem content from the past 24 hours. So join me as I explore exactly what's been happening at the very pulse of Cardano. So let's get straight into it. Now, speaking of great minds, and with metaverses springing up across all corners of the blockchain world, many of which being built on the Cardano blockchain, it's fair to say, whilst extremely exciting as a concept, they're in their infancy in terms of real utility, application, and therefore adoption. The metaverse space, however, is moving rapidly in terms of the hype it creates and the volume of new projects being launched. For some perspective, analysts have forecast the industry market growth to rise from around 100 billion in 2022 to 1.5 trillion by 2030. But with so many metaverses competing in attaining adoption, the real question is how many of these new projects are truly capable of realising the actual vision it originally set out to achieve. Goertzel, the founder of SingularityNet and leading innovator when it comes to artificial intelligence, recently shared his thoughts on the subject and put forward some really interesting concepts on why he believes artificial intelligence will play an integral role in piecing together the metaverse puzzle that will enable a truly impactful user experience and dramatically increase its market size. Currently, many of the metaverse projects that have been launched are in the world of gaming. More often than not, these projects simply consist of standard gaming features combined with virtual reality and NFTs. But a true metaverse, in the sense of a digital parallel universe to the real world, needs to deliver a digital simulated reality in which participants can take part in diverse social, economic, entertainment, and artistic activities, which as of right now has yet to be realised. According to Goertzel, for this vision to become a reality requires the easy portability of users, numerous widely diverse metaverse shards, and simple user construction of new places and spaces, a vision that we're still developing the technology for. He believes a highly underappreciated fact about the metaverse is that it fundamentally needs artificial intelligence woven in at its core in order to provide a lasting user value proposition. However, currently the majority of the crypto world entrants that are coming into this space are far less AI oriented. So how exactly will AI improve the metaverse? Competition between developers will land early adopters in sparsely populated worlds. This is an issue that AI can remedy. The metaverse presents a huge opportunity for new and existing tech companies to expand their offerings, generating new revenue streams. There are over 160 companies currently working on their own worlds, each competing to be the leading metaverse provider. It's unlikely that we'll have one provider to rule them all, but instead we'll have a large variety of options available to us, each with its own unique offerings. The advantage of this is a more diverse environment for the end user, who will be able to choose from a variety of experiences. However, the downside is that with so many platforms vying for customer attention and offering so many different experiences, the various metaverses will be sparsely populated in their early days. As interacting with a metaverse is an inherently social experience, this presents a huge problem. Ben's vision is that AI-driven non-player characters can help tremendously with the underpopulated metaverse problem. Being one of the first few users in a new world may feel briefly exciting, but if there's nobody there to interact with, and nobody doing interesting things, it will get old very fast. A society of AI characters building, conversing, playing music, making art, buying and selling, can turn a metaverse ghost town into a scintillating vibrant ecosystem of digital activity. Implementing this technology will result in a vast number of highly populated worlds, which will inspire more people to join the metaverse, eventually reaching a point where the non-player characters, the NPCs, will be a bonus rather than a necessity. With a number of tech companies working on their own metaverses, users will not only require the ability to choose which one they want to interact with, but also the ability to seamlessly move between each individual metaverse. This is where blockchain will be an essential tool. Blockchain allows easy portability of property between all the small, manageable chunks of data that make up a blockchain network, known as shards. This feature of the technology will allow users to move between each unique metaverse with ease. However, moving between worlds presents another issue. Users will require an introduction, almost a guide to each new world that they enter, how it works, and ultimately understand what exactly they can harness from it. Studies and analysts in the space believe by 2026, 25% of people will be using the metaverse daily. Whether you're a user dipping your toes in for the first time, who need a thorough introduction, or the more tech-savvy hopping between worlds, everyone will need to be guided through each new metaverse that they wish to spend time in. With such a huge number of people crossing into different worlds, it will be impossible for humans to manage the number of introductions necessary. As identified by Ben, an AI expert, the most effective way to introduce users to each metaverse will be through the use of an AI guide. Guides will be able to explain all the required information of an individual world to the user, ensuring the best user experience. Ben explained that perhaps the most profound benefit that AI will bring to the metaverse lies in the area of world building. AI providers will be able to use transformer neural nets, which are the processing power behind AI, neural symbolic AI, this is the AI technology with advanced learning capabilities, and related technology to generate bespoke scenarios for each user. This would work by letting the user describe a few details about a desired scenario, and then letting the AI generate the complete description of said scenario. Metaverse providers can then use another neural network that takes an inputted verbal description and brings it to life using virtual reality technology. By then putting these two neural models together, we get a system that takes a partial suggestion from a user about a potential scenario and then automatically spins up a complete VR experience, incorporating the user's suggestion and expanding on it. This would be fine-tuned over time as more scenarios are generated. Once there's a large enough community of users leveraging these features to create unique content, AI can then be used to data mine through it all, looking for common patterns and then using these to generate additional material and bias its style of user-guided content creation. Ben's idea is that realistic and unrealistic scenarios could then be extrapolated from the mass mind of humanity and directed using an interactive storytelling interface, letting each user pick the unique scenario they'd like to experience. AI would ultimately be used to create immersive content within the metaverse. All these use cases demonstrate a need for AI services that work together with VR and blockchain technology. As the metaverse grows in popularity, we'll see funding pour in, helping with the creation of the required technology. And as these technologies are appropriately deployed, they will truly unlock the potential of the metaverse, and we'll see the development of exciting digital landscapes that run alongside our analog world. I found Ben Goertzel's vision truly eye-opening, and it's definitely engaged me in thinking more seriously about the power of AI when it comes to the metaverse. It clearly solves some of the major roadblocks ahead for mass user adoption, and enhances the somewhat endless possibilities that it can deliver. It's great for Cardano that we have such a brilliant mind working and building in this space, and I'll definitely be following the developments here closely. Now, we've discussed many times the importance of interoperability on this channel, and as much of a Cardano bull, which I certainly am, I also believe in a multi-chain future. Blockchain isn't about an ultimate winner, but more so a collective effort of a number of chains taking the industry as a whole forward, leading to widespread and mainstream adoption of its utility. Check this out from Sifchain, who are an omni-chain DEX in the Cosmos ecosystem. They currently have a bridge between the Ethereum and Cosmos ecosystems, and now are aiming to build the first bridge linking Cardano and the Cosmos blockchain. Sifchain have applied for Catalyst funding to help support the effort in development, and also opens up the opportunity for Cardano and Cosmos developers to collaborate, increasing relationships between the two ecosystems. The bridge, when completed, will enable users to export Atom, Juno and other Cosmos tokens into Cardano, and likewise ADA onto the Sifchain DEX and throughout the Cosmos ecosystem, helping to cross-populate the two blockchains and enable users to move their assets around freely. Opening up the Cosmos ecosystem will enable the migration of many Cosmos users that may until now not have a direct interest in Cardano. If you're interested, I've linked the Catalyst proposal in the description below. Finally, if you remember recently I covered Book Token and how powerful its use case may prove to be when looking at the current global ebook industry. Recently they announced a minting for their first NFT book sale, which will take place on July 20th. Now, if you're wondering what book the team decided upon for the world's first fully encrypted decentralized asset, then they're going to be minting 10,000 unique books and covers of the Gutenberg Bible. Rather than being a religious statement, this is an acknowledgement to the first book ever printed using mass production methods in 1455. The NFT book collection includes 10,000 unique book covers, also containing the original cover from Gutenberg, over 70 high-res images from the original, an embedded video with audio, over 650,000 words in Latin, the original text, and all readable using book tokens Open Anonymous e-reader. The NFT will also provide access to a private book club and early access to future book releases. I thought this was a pretty interesting concept which holds historical meaning in the world of book printing. Personally, I'm excited for this project and definitely believe in the utility it provides, and adoption we in the Cardano ecosystem will see off the back of their success. Whitelist for the event is currently underway, and if you want to read more about the finer details, I've linked an article explaining everything in the description below. So that's it for another installment of Cardano Insights, and marks the end of another great week in the Cardano ecosystem. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found value in the content, and if you did, then please be sure to comment, share, like and subscribe to the channel. Your support here really does go a long way in helping Sapien reach a wider audience and spread those positive Cardano vibes. We'll be back soon with your daily roundups. Until then, thanks for watching, have a great weekend, and as always, keep it Cardano.